Hey guys, Cory here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another edition of Cory Means Business podcast and YouTube channel. I'm going to play with some of these buttons and start bringing some sound effects to the show. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So I want to talk about today in today's podcast and today's show. I just got done recording the audio version of my #1 book, Maximize Your Now, available on Amazon. I'm getting ready to do a very special thing with this book starting next week on May 7th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to do a free book launch. So what this is going to do is going to give you guys the ability to get my #1 book, Maximize Your Now, how to immediately improve your financial life, absolutely free. All you'll need to do is pay for separate shipping, and I'll give you the book absolutely free. In addition to that, if this book isn't worth literally its weight in gold, it's not that heavy. Still, that's today's money. That's probably a lot of money's worth of gold. If this is not as valuable as its weight in gold, I want you to let me know. I'll refund your shipping costs, and you can keep the book absolutely free. That's how confident I am that this book is going to be extremely valuable to you. I don't expect to give a lot of refunds, but that's my promise. If you don't enjoy this book, if it doesn't make a huge difference in your life and what you're doing, just let me know. I'll give you even the money back for your shipping, and you can still keep the book free of charge. But again, I think you're really, really going to love this book. I really put my 25 years of knowledge into this book as far as exactly how to be successful. Whether you're an employee or whether you own your own business, okay, or you're in a transitional period between becoming an employee or being an employee and transitioning into being a business, this book covers it all. So if you're an employee, I give you so many great tips and strategies in the book to maximize that position to where you can make more money, move up the ladder, get promotions and raises and more appreciation, make your workplace a happier place to be, make your coworkers love you more, make your boss love you more, and again, just make your days at work be that much more pleasurable. If you're a business owner, the book gives you a solid foundation on a lot of basic principles, including sales techniques, as well as some marketing stuff, as well as just a general understanding of how you develop a skill set that can help you lead to better products, better services, and to having happier customers. Also on the ability to build value. This book covers things like how to build value for yourself, your goods, and your products. Chapter 15 really in this book is amazing. I kind of shocked when I did the audio version of the book and I had to say it out loud. You know, when you're writing a book, you'll sit there at your computer and you'll write it, and you're not really speaking it, and you're not really, I guess, it's a different part of your brain when you speak stuff. So it really hit me that really I nailed the nail on the head with chapter 15, even though it's pretty short. It's only like 10, 15 pages, I think. Really, I nailed down what great sales technique is. Now, I'm going to expand on that, obviously, in the future going forward. But, man, you can really, really get a lot of great sales technique in Chapter 15 that can really help propel you individually as well as your business. So I'm super proud of this book. I'm super happy I'm able to bring it to you guys for free. Again, it's been something I've been working on here for about a year now. This is nothing that's just I popped up in the last couple of weeks. I wrote the book last year before all the mayhem and the shenanigans happened with the pandemic and everything. So I held off on doing a real hardcore launch on the book just because of all the stuff that was going on and the hyper-politicization. So now that that's kind of behind us, or at least in the rearview mirror instead of the front window, I wanted to relaunch the book. I wanted to go ahead and open up the free book because, again, I think it's needed now more than ever. The original intent of the book was just to sell it on Amazon, position myself as an expert in the field. It really wasn't to do a free book funnel, but I really decided, you know what, I want to do a free book because again, it's just this book is going to be so needed by everybody right now. A lot of businesses are struggling still and will continue to struggle for a while, and they're going to need this book. It's going to help out a lot. A lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people are maybe demoted in their position, or they're stuck there. The company doesn't have the resources to grow or to offer higher wages or higher pay. So this is a way that you can bring more value to your employer as well, to actually increase your worth so that you can get paid more. It'll also help you to stabilize your career. And if you're moving into a new career, and a lot of people are going to have to, right? There's a lot of things that aren't going to come back. Or if they do come back, it'll be in much smaller forms. So you're going to have to transition to new careers. This book is going to be able to help you tremendously with that, because it's going to be able to help you transition to a new career or a new job or a new employer and be heads and tails above everybody else there. That's how powerful this is. Again, the name of the book is Maximize Your Now, how to immediately, not in the future, not 20 years from now, how to immediately improve your financial life, especially your work life and your money making and your income generating. This book has it. This book also has a lot of good stuff in it when it comes to credit, how to manage your credit, how to get good credit, what to do with bad credit, how to get bad credit off of your credit report, and how to actually get good credit quickly. It's got a lot of great strategies for that I've used over the years for both myself and tons and tons of people that I've coached and helped over time. And with these techniques, you can get great credit, which will help you to leverage money a lot cheaper. You'll be able to take loans you got outstanding right now where you could refinance. I mean, you have to take advantage right now, especially of the low interest rates. The interest rates right now on cars, houses are just ridiculously inexpensive. My new BMW M8 that I just bought, 0% interest for 72 months. I mean, that's crazy. It's free money, okay? So again, you have to take advantage of that, but you can't unless you have great credit. So this book can help you get there because, again, it's got great strategies and tips for getting good credit. And whether you have bad credit, it'll show you how to deal with that. If you got decent credit but not great credit, it'll show you how to pump it up. And again, it'll help you to understand the difference between what is a good trade credit line and what's a bad trade credit line. And we talk about leveraging money, how to leverage money to make money. Again, there's so much stuff in this book that's going to help you now and moving forward to really expand your way of thinking. I cover investments in here, what to invest in and how to invest in it and when to invest in it. So let's just say that you still are making pretty good money and you got some extra cash, you don't know what to invest in. This book will help you with that as well. So there's basically from A to Z on personal finance and business finance in this book on exactly where to put your energy, where to put your time, where to study, how to increase your skill set. And again, I think you're going to absolutely love it. Now, along with the book, we're also going to do the audio version, right? So in addition to actually getting the actual hard copy of the book, you're also going to be able to get the audio version of the book. This is what I just recorded. Now, the audio version is great because I went and I actually expanded on all of the ideas that I had in the book. So as I read the chapter, I inserted more things. If I wanted to talk about something else or make another point, or if I wanted to expand on some of the points I made, I went ahead and did that. A lot of the chapters I did greater summaries about what I was talking about. Maybe I felt the chapter could have been a little expanded, could have driven the point home a little bit better. So I went ahead and did that. And let's face it, some of us don't have the time to sit and just read a book, but we do have travel time. We're in our cars, we're traveling, or you like just the audio versions of stuff, the audio versions of books. And so I read it myself. I could have had somebody, I could have paid someone to do it. I could have just had, like the Kindle robot thing do it. But no, I wanted to actually make it personal, so I went ahead and recorded it. It's a great fly swatter as well. So another great feature of this book, it's a great fly swatter. So, oh yeah, see, now the fly takes off. So as I knew that I had the book ready to swat it, it took off. Again, the audio version is going to be available to you also. When you click on it to get the book, the audio version will be there. Also, I did a training class. I actually did a full training as part of this where I literally teach the book. I went chapter by chapter and I actually teach it using graphics and a nice screen to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And I went ahead and taught it, and that's different too. It's not all the same. So you have the book, which is great, but you also have the audio version, which is expanded, and then you have the training course, which goes along with what the book teaches, but it's completely different because I just didn't read the book. I actually taught the ideas and the concepts that the book outlines. So between the book itself, the audio version, and the actual training course that's a part of it, you put all three of those together, and I don't care how you like to learn, whether you like to read, whether you like to listen, or whether you like to be taught in a more classroom type of structure, which is what it is. I'm actually teaching it. I think all three go together, and whether, your brain works better on one or the other, obviously, that's why I wanted to do all three. And for a lot of people, you're going to learn a little bit from the book. You're going to learn a little bit more from the audio version. You're going to learn a lot more from the actual training course itself. So I really recommend to a lot of people actually getting all three, because it'll really help to just hit every single type of learning in your mind to be able to really grasp the concepts. I can tell you, if I would have had this book, rewinding the clock to when I just graduate from the University of Arizona, and somebody hands me this book and hands me the audio version, hands me the training course, and says, "Here you go." I tell you, I get where I am now probably within 5 years. I shave about 20 years off of what it took me by the knowledge in this book, and a lot of pain, and a lot of suffering. And that's really what, the point of writing the book was basically to say, look, I had to learn the long way. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of great mentors, and I did have a couple of mentors, but they really weren't trying to be mentors. It was just people that I kind of surrounded myself with, and I kind of said, I want to kind of emulate these people, or I want to steal some of their ways of doing things, their ideas, their mindset, right? And I took from little people here and there. They were kind of accidental mentors, if you will, or they were inadvertent mentors. But they became mentors because I decided for them to become mentors. But I didn't really have any direct mentors. I had nobody that sat me down and said, "Hey, let me show you some things," right? So because of that, I had to take a little slower road. And I can tell you, it's been a 25-year journey so far since I graduated, which I can't believe I graduated from the U of A 25 years ago. That's crazy. And now, if I look back to where I could be now, holy crap, Jeff Bezos, I don't think you'd be with me. I don't think you'd be with me. That's how rapidly you expand. So as we all know, and when you start to learn a skill, you start to learn something, initially, it's a little clunky, then you get a little better at it, then you get a decent grasp at it. But at some point, when it really starts to click for you, right, it starts to click mentally and your mind starts to expand on something. Now, all of a sudden, your progress becomes extremely rapid, and it just becomes exponential to where you can start learning. So it becomes exponential, where your learning curve literally just starts to expand so rapidly that what took you weeks or months or even years to learn, now you can learn in hours or a few days, right? And so the ability to grasp concepts and to learn becomes much quicker, because I think your mind becomes sharper, and your ability to absorb new information and focus it and reuse it and retool it for what you're trying to use it for, that's a skill in and of itself. The ability to actually take in some information and then to be able to then turn it around and use it on a problem that you're directly trying to solve, that itself is a skill. And so once you start to develop that skill by doing some of these things, that becomes something that you can then deploy over and over as you bring on new challenges. And I can tell you, just looking at my personal growth over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been just unbelievable. And now my mind, the way that it's working, that I can just take a problem, I can immediately start identifying solutions, and then once I have the right solution, I can implement it, and bam, the problem is solved. And it is so much quicker and so much faster than it used to be. And it has a lot to do with the training that I went through in training myself all these years. And again, what ultimately went into the book, which was the ability to understand how to move, right? So I think, once you read the book and once you listen to it and once you take the course, I think the biggest thing you're going to take out of this book is how to think, how to perceive challenges and obstacles, and how to overcome them quickly and easily and with a great mentality. I mean, really, that's what this book encompasses. It says, look, whatever the challenge is, whatever the problem is, you can overcome it quickly and efficiently if your mind is trained to do it. So again, I spent a lot of years and a lot of pain going through the lessons in this book, but now my mind is trained to the point where if I come across a problem, I'm able to dissect it and implement a solution, discover a solution, and implement it quickly and efficiently. And I solve my problems, what used to take me sometimes years or months or weeks, now literally is hours or minutes. That's how fast it is because of, again, the way that my brain has been programmed using these techniques in the book. And so I think that's one of the big things that you're going to get out of the book as well, is just the ability to understand how to tackle problems better. And again, that's an invaluable skill set to have. If you can simply approach a problem and dissect it quickly, not become negative about it, right? Stay positive about it and say, look, there's no such thing. And again, I tell a lot of my employees this. I say, look, there's no such thing as a problem. Okay. What there is a situation without a solution, right? So when you think about it that way, there really is no such thing as a problem. There's a situation without a solution. So what do you need? You need the solution for your situation. Once you have the solution for the situation, guess what? No more problem. What this book does is it teaches you how to be solutions driven instead of problem focused. So instead of focusing on your problems and dwelling on your problems and I can't, this book also teaches you how to quickly get over the negativity of any problem, think of it as a situation, and immediately begin looking for the solution that then you can then implement, right? And once you train your brain to think like that, and then you start to move through your world and through your life with that kind of a trained mind, man, I can tell you that the doors it opens up and the possibilities it has for you is just absolutely tremendous. Again, that's why I'm so confident in this book. I'm so confident that you're going to actually find its weight in gold and then some, because I know what's in it and I know what it does for me and I know what it's done for the people that I've trained these techniques and these strategies. I know what it's done. So again, I give a get your money back guarantee on any of it. So whether you buy the book, the training course, the audio version, again, if there's any of it that you're not absolutely thrilled with or don't think, again, it's worth its weight in absolute gold, just let me know and I'll give you a full refund. That's how confident I am that it's absolutely going to be life-changing for you. And if it isn't, hey, not a problem. I'll refund the money and you keep the knowledge. And I still think you're going to be a little bit better off because of that. So I'm super excited about it. It's going to launch on May 7th, 5 o'clock. We're going to do a little countdown timer. Going to be kind of cool. So if you go to the link that's going to be on my website or on any of my social medias, there'll be a link going to where you can get the book. And there'll be if you can't get it, it means you haven't, the countdown hasn't been finalized yet. Again, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, May 7th. Is when you'll be able to get the book for free. Just pay for separate shipping. Again, I've got to pay to have the book printed up. I've got to pay to ship it to you. I've got to pay to box it up, put it in a nice package and get it out to you. That's not free. I'm going to give you the book for free. But again, you just got to pay the actual costs of getting it to you. So again, it won't be much though. It'll just be a few bucks. I think now it sells on Amazon. It's been selling on Amazon tremendously. With #1 in 4 countries on Amazon at the $24, $25. So it's been selling on Amazon great for $25. So again, for $7.97 on the shipping and handling. Again, I think it's, I'm just going to say, I think it's the greatest value ever in the educational realm. I think as far as education goes, this is going to be the greatest value of all time at $7.97. And then the audio version and the training class, again, their value is just absolutely amazing for what you're going to get. Again, I think that you're going to be just absolutely thrilled in what this can do for you, especially the 55 rule. I'm going to tease a little something. I'll tease a few parts of the book on the rest of this, just so you guys can maybe get a little excited about it, because I'm super excited about it. I'm sure as you can tell, I'm super excited. So let me tease a little bit of what the book gives you. Now, there's something one of the things that I absolutely loved. I love every bit of the book. Obviously, I put a lot of time, a lot of energy in this. So I love every part of the book, but there's some things that actually really stand out. And one of the big things that stands out in the book is something called the 55 rule. Okay, 55 rule. Now this technique has really been the cornerstone of how I've gone personally, right? From making at my first full-time serious job, which was in landscaping, I was making $5 per hour. Now, today, I make over $2,000 per hour. So, how I went from making $5 an hour to over $2,000 per hour regularly. Again, this is not like, oh, somebody paid me $2,000, last month. I make $2,000 an hour regularly. So to go from $5 to $2,000, it's not something that just happens like accidentally. You're not just going to, just because time passes. And again, one of the things I try to teach people all the time is, look, just because time passes does not mean you get any better, any smarter, and it certainly does not mean you make any more money. I know people that have worked for years and years and years, and the only raises they've ever received are, the slight little cost of living raises, which I think don't even cover cost of living increases, right? Don't even keep up with inflation. If you're going to take your pay from something like $5 an hour to $100 to $500 to $1,000, or even where I'm at, $2,000 an hour, if you're going to get your pay to those kind of increases, well, you have to take control of it. Okay, you can't just wait for it to happen. It doesn't happen if you wait for it to happen. Nothing happens if you just wait for it. So in order to take control, you have to have a system and a method by which to take control. Well, I developed a system to take control of my income and my income growth specifically, and I call it the 55 rule. And what it is every year for a period of 5 years, you are going to hold yourself accountable to increase your income by 50%. So I give some examples in the book, but for the sake of argument and for the sake of simplicity, let's go ahead and just say it's $100,000. Let's just say right now you make $100,000 in a year. And it doesn't matter what you make. You make nothing, right? You just want to start making money. You make $100,000, you make $1 million. It's irrelevant where you start with this method. It works no matter what level of income. I've used it at every income level I've ever had, and it works every time. Does not fail. So 55 rule. So what it is, 50, you're going to increase your income, no matter what you start at, by 50% every year for the next 5 years. And you're going to compound that. So for instance, if you make let's say you made $100,000 in 2020, and you say, Cory, I got your book, I got your course, I'm going to increase my income in 2021 by that 50%. Well, now that means you're going to have to make $150,000 in 2021. You made $100,000 in 2020. You make $150,000 in 2021. Then in 2022, you're now going to have to increase that by another 50, right? Which would be 75. So then in 2022, you're going to have to make $225. You see where I'm going with it? Then half of 225 would be 112. So then in 2023, you're going to have to make 225 plus the 112 is 325. Let's call it 335, right? So then it's 335 in 2023. By 2025 or 2026, into your 5th year, you'll have increased your income by 8 times. And if you started at even 50,000, you're talking 435,000. Okay. The average income in the United States is about $60,000 per year right now. So if you started there and did this for 5 years, at the end of that, you're almost near. Get your calculator out and calculate this. It'll really shock you. You're at near $500,000 a year. Now, how do you do it? Well, again, in order to do anything, you first need to have the method. You first need to have the system. Well, that's the method. That's the system. That's the way you're going to grow your income. Now, the tools to actually get that accomplished are in this book, are in the training course, okay? The tools are there because I've used them. I've trained other people on how to do it, and they've used the tools, and they've got there. Now, just so we're clear, I'm not giving anyone any guarantees that if you got the book and if you get the training course and if you listen to me read this book to you, that you're just going to magically increase your income. One of the things that I state emphatically in this book and in the course and in the audio version is, look, this is hard work. This is no get-rich-quick scheme. There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Anybody that tries to sell you a get-rich-quick scheme is trying to rip you off, okay? And trust me, one of the reasons why I became and wanted to become a coach and wanted to become a mentor to others is because I started seeing some of these snake oil salespeople out there on the internet pitching these get-rich-quick schemes, and my system will make you a millionaire, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, this training course, this real estate course, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. If somebody's going to come to you and say, learn how to do this one thing and make yourself a multimillionaire, they're full of shit. That's the truth. I'll call it to their face. There's no such thing as learn this one trick and become a millionaire, okay? And that's not what this is. That's not what this book is. That's not what my training course is. That's not what I've done. That's not what I teach people to do, okay? What I teach people to do is based on two things, and this is why it works. Two things. And I challenge anybody that wants to say they're an expert or anyone that makes any money, I want you to tell me I'm wrong when I say there's two things that go into making money. And this is for all of us, and I don't care who it is. If you're the richest person in the world or you're just starting out at the local drive-through, this is how money this is how money is made for all of us. Skill set and time. Okay? Skill set and time. Your skill set has a value. If you know how to mop floors and take out trash, your skill set probably is worth $10. When I started my first job in landscaping that was worth $5, I didn't know anything, but I did know how to use a shovel. So guess what I got paid to do? I got paid to dig trenches. I got paid to pull weeds. I got paid to mow lawns. I got paid to rake up leaves. All right. These are not big skill sets. Anybody can learn them with, a low IQ in about 5 minutes. So it's, again, that's why the skill set wasn't worth anything. Then you have like a higher tier skill set. Let's give the example of like a brain surgeon, okay? A world-renowned brain surgeon has a very, very high skill set. Now, can you learn how to be a high-skilled brain surgeon quickly and easily? No. It takes years and years and years and practice and higher education and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of education to be able to ever become a brain surgeon at all, let alone one of the best in the world. So that's the examples of skill sets and everything in between. And the reason why the market, okay, assigns value to the skill set, it has to do with, one, how easy is it to acquire? Two, who could do it? Is there a lot of people that could do it or just a couple of people that can do it? And three, how big of a problem does it solve, right? So that's what equates to a skill set. So your skill set and the value of your skill set is going to be based on those three parts, right? So how hard is it to get? How many people can get it? And what kind of a problem does it solve? Now, if the skill set doesn't solve a problem for anyone, well, then it's completely valueless. It doesn't matter that only one person in the world can do it and that it was really, really hard to get. If it doesn't solve a problem, it's valueless. Again, the other way, if anybody can get it, like, again, a landscaper or working at the drive-through, if literally I could pull any high schooler in and 9 out of 10 of them could do it, well, then clearly almost anybody can do it. You're not going to get paid a lot of money for that. And again, if it wasn't hard to get, meaning that, the high schooler could figure it out in 15 minutes, 2 days, a week, okay, that wasn't very hard to get. If it took years to get it, if it took decades to get it, well, then obviously it can become more valuable. So that's what a skill set is. The second part of making money and earning income is going to be work, okay, work and work ethic. Now, work ethic isn't necessarily just, he shows up to work every day. Okay, that's part of it. But also work ethic, and one of the things I talk about in my book and I train people on is work ethic also has to do with your ability to hold yourself accountable to whatever system it is that you're doing. So, for instance, if I'm making burgers at a burger joint, okay, well, there's a system, right? When I got trained on how to do it, and again, this is a skill that almost anybody could do and learn quickly, but part of the work ethic is showing up, but the second part of the work ethic is how close can I follow the system of making that burger. So when they said, all right, here's what you do. You put the first bun down, and then you take the patty, you put the patty there, you put the cheese, you put the lettuce, you put the pickle, you put the onion, you put the secret sauce, you put the top bun, you make sure it's all nice and neat looking. You there's a certain way that you fold the wrapper, right? Well, the closer I can get to this, right, is the better work ethic I have, meaning I'm sticking to the system. I'm following how it's laid out. The third part of it is going to be the efficiency, right? How fast can I do it? Does it take me all day to make a burger and wrap it and then give it to the customer? Well, then obviously it's not very valuable. And again, therefore my work ethic sucks because it took me all day to make and wrap this burger. So again, your work ethic is divided into 3 parts: showing up, following the system, and then the efficiency. How fast can you do it, and can you do it right quickly? So what's your work ethic? Do you show up? How long do you stay? How closely do you follow the system? And 3, how quickly and efficiently can you deploy the system? So when you look at the skill set, it's made of 3 parts. You look at the work ethic, made of 3 parts. Now, this is the challenge to anyone that knows how to make money. If I'm wrong about these are the ways that you make money, you let me know. But I guarantee you this is how you make money. The better the skill set, the better the work ethic, the more money you're going to make, period. Now, that's what this book is based on. Again, that's not a get-rich-quick scheme. That takes a lot of dedication. You're not going to get a high-level skill set that's worth a lot of money easily. You're going to have to work on it. You're not going to get a work ethic that's just natural. Some people, have a more natural work ethic than others. I myself, honestly, I had to train myself to have an excellent work. I was really good at showing up, but I really wasn't all that great initially at actually following the system. I had system following problems. Now, I was probably pretty efficient at not following the system, and I could not follow the system pretty quickly. But one of my early challenges was I had trouble following the exact system that was laid out, okay? But quickly I learned that just didn't pay off, right? And so I learned that, hey, look, by following the system closely and by being efficient and by showing up and doing it over and over and over quickly, that I was able to actually to develop a very strong work ethic. And then again, my skills, you have to take that on yourself as well. You have to say, look, I'm going to increase my skills. I'm going to get a better skill set. No matter what you do, you're going to get better at making burgers, at wrapping burgers. You're going to get better at it. And ultimately, you want to become the best in the world at whatever you do, right? Whether it's making hamburgers or whether it's cleaning toilets or whether it's brain surgery, you want to become the best in the world at it. If you don't strive to become the best in the world at it, well, then you're leaving something off of your skill set. There's going to be some part of it you could have improved, which would then make it more valuable, which again would then allow you to make more money while doing it. So that is what this book is based on. It's based on increasing your skill set and getting a stronger work ethic. So that's why, again, no matter who I've trained on this, that when they actually do it, again, they get great results because it's based on real world facts, not on some get-rich-quick scheme or something that's going to be hot today and gone tomorrow, right? Somebody says, hey, you don't need to get on flipping houses. Well, you know what? Flipping houses is hot right now. And if I were to drop everything else I'm doing and start flipping houses, you know what? I probably could make a few bucks at it. But flipping houses might be good today, but it's going to be gone tomorrow. And then what? Okay. The great thing about this book and this training course is this is nothing that's based on a here, now, gone tomorrow thing. This is nothing that's based on it was good in the early 2000s and now it's no longer relevant. Or it was good in 2021, but now it's 2022 and it doesn't work, okay? None of that. This is just real world, actual money-making, income-generating, basic tools, skill set development, work ethic development, and anybody, and I'm sure when you look around at people that make good money, they all got a great skill set and they all got great work ethic because that's what's required, okay? The system and the vehicle that you use to ultimately make money, that can be anything. That's the great news about it. That's why, again, I'm not here to sell you some training course on you can make money by doing this, because you can make great money doing anything. I can teach someone how to make great money cleaning toilets. I can teach people how to make great money baking cookies. I can teach them how to make tables and not make tables, but make money making tables. I don't care what you do. You apply these techniques and these strategies, you can make great money at it. That's why I think it's so relevant for everybody, because again, This is going to be something that's different than anything else because, again, this is going to be applicable to any person doing anything, making any level of income at any time from now well into the future. 100 years from now, guess what? It's still going to work this way. It's always worked this way. It's always going to work this way. So that's a little intro to the book. Again, May 7th is going to be the launch, May 7th at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Super excited about it. I can't wait to get the feedback from you guys. I can't wait to see what kind of a difference it makes for people. And like I said before, if you're not happy with it, just let me know and I'll give you a full refund on whatever it is that you signed up for. Again, zero hesitation. I don't even want to know the why. Just tell me that you didn't get any value out of it, and we'll get you a full refund and still part as friends. That's how confident I am that you're going to love it. So really looking forward to it. Thank you guys for joining me on the podcast and on the show. Again, next Friday, May 7th, 5 o'clock. Go get the book. You're going to love it. Let me know what you think. Hey, if you have any questions at all, please put them in the comments below. No matter where you're seeing this video or the snippet of the video, hey, put a comment in the comment section. Ask me any question you want. Happy to answer. I'm happy to give feedback. Make it challenging. Ask me the toughest question you want to know about business or personal income or personal finance, and I'll answer. I promise you that. So again, please like, subscribe, share. Share my profile around. Again, the more people we can open up to this type of things and the platform, I think the more people are going to be able to help. And that's going to be really, really important this year. I think, even more so than 2008. I think this one ultimately is going to end up hitting people a little harder. So we really need to make sure that we all band together and all bring this one out to each other. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. See you guys on the next one.